Good morning, students. Yesterday we were dealing with fundamental right to equality. Now you have got equality, but you don't have the freedom. Then there is no use. So, second fundamental right mentioned in the Indian Constitution is the right to freedom. You are free. But where are you free? When you are young, you are cared by the parents and parents control you. When you grow up, you are controlled by, when you are in school, teachers are controlling you. When you are going out of the school and entering in education, higher education teachers, principals, everybody control them, society controls you. Then you get a job, the management controls you. Then there is a freedom. So freedom is needed, it is there. That this control is because you must be properly guided and brought into a track. Because you may go wrong. You may not be knowing what is it, how the things should be done. So the parents, when you are going to guide you, when you are going to catch a fire, put a hand on fire, the parent will tell you, no, don't do it. Otherwise, what will happen? After getting boiled only in the company. So the elders know it, they experience and they tell you. That's a we can say, it's a restriction. So if the freedom is given, you go and put your hand in the fire or jump into the fire. So the restrictions made by the elders are to protect you, to guide you properly. Otherwise you may be misguided. You may go into the wrong path. It may have great repercussions in your life. That is why the elders. But here it is not the elders, but it is the right from the government, from the system, from the state. Your right. Means every citizen what needs. It is not for a kid alone, it is for the kid with the 105 or 110-year-old fellows who are living in the country or 120 years. For everybody it is. That's the right to freedom. So what are things are rights are there? This includes the right to freedom of speech and expression. Now I am standing here and teaching and speaking and expressing. That's possible. So that's freedom of expression. I can speak. So freedom of speech. So if I feel somebody is doing wrong, I have got the freedom to criticize the government. So that is a freedom of speech. Otherwise, I am afraid if I speak, I may be arrested, I may be put in jail, I may have a lot of problems and so. If I think like that, I don't have the freedom. If I speak freely about the wrong things that is happening around, I should not be punished. And if somebody is trying to punish me, I can go to the Supreme Court and tell the Supreme Court that I am being targeted because I am speaking the truth or things which are bringing unhappiness to others. But it doesn't mean that I can simply speak against anybody anywhere. No. I should not hurt the sentiments of the people. I should not hurt the feelings of the people. I have got the freedom to take my hand, but other person also has got the freedom to keep his body and nose safe. It doesn't mean I am free, I can do whatever I like. So freedom brings with the responsibility. When I stretch my hand, if I touch others' nose, I am infringing into the freedom of that person. So what happens? He also has got the freedom to stretch the hand. Ultimately, there comes a fight between the two. So the freedom of right to freedom is there. I can speak, but when I speak, that person also has got right to speak. I can speak whatever I want. He cannot speak whatever he wants. That doesn't look nice. As I have got the right to criticize somebody else, that person also has got the right to criticize me also. He may speak unpleasant things against me. So as I speak unpleasant things against him, so I should permit other person also to speak as I speak. So that is what is mentioned here. This includes a right to freedom of speech and expression, the right to form associations. So I may not be able to fight something alone. So I form a group of persons together to fight or to do something. So good things also. Political parties are to be formed. So like that, any association, any groupings are permitted by the right to freedom. The right to freedom, move freely and reside in any part of the country. But there are some places you cannot go and reside. There is an island in Andaman and Nicobar. There is a place you are not permitted to go there. Even to enter in northeastern areas, you need a pass, and there you cannot stay permanently. There are some areas restricted by the government because the climatical conditions as well as the social setup in that area may be troubled by your entry. So government has made restriction there. So you cannot go and do something there in that areas. That is because some areas it is like that. They need it. The people are tribal people or some social setup is there, their background, the reasons are there. So we must accept that, and that is given to them. No, it is I am having something, everybody should be like that. No. Then that person's freedom is broken. We must respect other person's freedom. He also has got right. So that is a right to freedom. Okay, move freely and reside in any part of anywhere. Say I have come from somewhere else. You have gone to different parts of the country. You can move. But then some restrictions are made by the constitution itself, so that unwanted things are not happening. They have got their traditional setup and all those things. So we should not enter into their areas and disturb. We don't have the right to disturb the people who are living in a peaceful area. So everybody has got right. As I have got right, he also has got right. That we must think every time whenever we demand our right. In the class, you want to dance and make you enjoy the class. There is a student who wants to study. So if you make dance and shout to the student who wants to study, cannot study. So he also has got right to study. You have got right to make dance and enjoy in the class. Both are equal, both are. So what to do? So then come to a consensus. Okay, half an hour you will study, other half an hour I will make dance. So both are, because both have got equal rights. You cannot say I am powerful in the class, so I will do whatever I like. That is wrong. Because other individual also has got equal right as you are demanding. That we must understand. Then the society will be good, people will be living a happy life. Okay. And right to practice any profession. I can have any kind of job. Profession means any job. Teacher, guide, do anything else. I can be a professional manager, I can be a farmer, I can be a sweeper, anything, whichever I like. So that's my choice. And occupation, any kind of jobs, to do agriculture or anything else, or business, anything, whichever I like, I can do. The right to freedom permits me. That's the words. Now you see, right against exploitation. This is happening mainly to children. No, children below 14 years cannot be appointed in any kind of job. Nowadays, child labor is a major issue. So children should be sent to schools. Children below the age of 14 should not be given any kind of work. That doesn't mean that you cannot do any work at home. You can do, but after studies. You must be permitted to go to education institution to study. After that, helping the parents at home is not a part of child labor. When you do the work for earning money, and only you are working to earn money, not going to school, there comes the child labor. That doesn't mean that your mother tells you go and go to a shop and bring something. It doesn't come under the part of child labor. But instead of sending you to school, she sends you to the school market every day and does something else. That is wrong. So helping the parent at home is not a child labor. Okay? Helping them. Main your activity is study, and parents are naturally bound to help you to study. So they give you chance for study, therefore provide you facilities to study, and in between your study time you just help something at home. That is not considered as child labor. But permanently you are doing job to get your livelihood and you are not going to education institution. That comes as the child labor. So the Constitution prohibits human trafficking, means taking the human beings and making to do something, slavery activities, forced labor, and even a person who is a very weak person, even a person who is not so much mentally strong, or anybody who is forced by somebody to do the work, that also comes a right against exploitation, not only for children, for anybody, forces you to. If the person does with his own willingness, his own happiness, that is not a exploitation. But if the person's ignorance is exploited, if he does not know what to do, that is exploitation. A person may not be so much intellectual grow, so he may be persuaded, he may be given some small gift and made it to the work. That is also exploitation. Okay, so right against. So if something like that happens, we have got right to go to court and get our right. Tell that I am exploited. I don't want this. I want to be free from this. So, and employment of children under 14 years of age, all those things come under the right against exploitation. Then, right to freedom of religion is another important thing. What is religion? A belief in a supernatural power, God, we call it. So every individual has got the right to believe in whichever religion he likes. Whichever religion. We cannot give a choice to him. It is his choice. Many of us are born in a family of a particular religion. We can practice that. If we want, we can shift the religion also. Constitution permits that. That's it's called the freedom of religion. You have got freedom to believe in anything. Morning you can be Hindu, evening you can be Christian, Wednesday you can be Muslim, that day you can be Parsi. No problem. The Constitution permits it. Nobody can forcibly make you to believe in any religion. It's a choice of you. Your individual choice. That Constitution guarantees. So that is the freedom of religion. Religious freedom is provided to all citizens. Every person has the right to practice. He can practice any religion he likes. Profess, I can teach my religion. I can teach others about my religion. But I cannot forcibly make others to accept my religion. I can speak about my religion to others. If that person wants to listen, he will listen. If he is not ready to listen, I cannot force him. Come and sit and listen to my religion. That is wrong. So it is a freedom to be a citizen. That's why it is called a right to freedom of religion. And propagate the religion of their choice. We can propagate about my religion. I can propagate my religion. I can practice my religion. Nobody can stop me from it. When I propagate, naturally there is another person who is coming in front of me. I cannot force anybody else to listen to my religion. If he is free, if he is willing to accept, yes. Otherwise, no. The choice of the individual to practice anything. There are so many religions in the world. So left to the individual to accept the religion. That is known as the right to freedom. We cannot say we cannot believe in anything. It is not wrong. Every citizen has got absolute freedom to believe in any religion he wants. Okay. Now, cultural and educational rights. It is really given to the persons who at that time the constitution was written may not have the facilities to develop their culture and language. It tells now you are from Karnataka, you go to Delhi. After reaching in Delhi, you want to start an educational institution to teach Kannada. You put up the demand. The state government of Delhi tells, no, it is here it is Hindi, nobody should study Kannada. It is right or wrong? It's absolutely wrong from the part of government in Delhi. The constitution tells that you have got the freedom to start any educational institution to teach your language. No problem. But he cannot ask the Delhi government to give me the land, give me students, give me salary for the teachers or provide me money. That is not the part of the law. Only government can give you permission to start the education institution. It is your choice. And if government wants you to make it, that's left to the government. But you cannot ask the government to give compulsory. That right you don't have. You have got the right to start an education institution to start your language. Now, Yachagana, dance practice, I want to teach in Bengal. I can go and open a school or institution to teach Yachagana. But I cannot ask the state government of Bengal to provide me all financial assistance, give me free facilities, pay me my salary. Nothing you can ask. That's your choice. You will get permission to start your culture. That's why it is known as a cultural and educational right. This is given to the citizens. Means you have got the freedom to do it. Nobody can stop. Individuals can start. Okay? To keep my right. Because in India there are people now, you see Tulu. Very less people speak that. So if they want their language to be spread out, to be preserved, they need an education institution. So then Kongani, like the different languages, different religious groups, small groups are there. Now Lambanis in Bijapur area, they have their language. If they want to preserve their language, they want an education institution to be opened in Bangalore city. Kannada government cannot say no, we don't, we are in Bijapur, go to Bijapur. No, they can start in Bangalore. But as I told you, expenditure is there. So that is known as a cultural and educational rights. The constitution states that all minorities, just number of people, religious minorities are linguistic minorities. Linguistic means language. Okay? In India, more people speak Hindi. Tulu is spoken by some people. Lambanis are spoken by some people. So they are minorities. Religious or linguistic minorities can set up their own education institutions in order to preserve, develop their own culture or language. So that's kind of institution is known as a right to educational and cultural rights. And you see, right to constitutional remedies. What is remedy? Medicine. Remedy means medicine. That's only simple. Means why medicine is given? When you are affected with some problem, you will be given medicine so that you will get out of that problem. So remedy, constitution itself gives a medicine to a problem that may occur. You went to Delhi and asked you want a piece of land to start an education institution of Canada. Delhi government tells you no, it is you are from Karnataka, go to Karnataka. Then what do you do? Then constitution tells in such a situation there is a medicine, there is a treatment for that person. The government of Karnataka, Delhi will be treated, will get a treatment by the Supreme Court of India or High Court of Delhi. You can go to the court and tell my right to start an education institution is curtailed by Delhi government. Please permit me. You have got a freedom of right to equality. When your right to equality is not given to you, what will you do with this? Nothing can be done in it. Your right to equality is given. But if somebody is not giving you right to equality, what will you do? That is what the Supreme Court, by the Constitution itself tells. Constitution itself is giving a solution to the problem that may occur. That is why it is called constitutional remedy. That is also a fundamental right. Constitutional remedy is a fundamental right. That tells Constitution itself gives a medicine to the problem that may occur. Means all other 5 fundamental rights, if you are not getting, what do you do? It tells you go to the court and ask, and court will give you the rights. So it is guaranteed and protected by the Constitution itself. It is not a freely that you have go to court and get our rights. Hey, where will you get it? What will you do? They say it is there in the Constitution that I can have my rights. If I am not getting, I am permitted by the Constitution to go to Supreme Court or High Court and get my rights. That is what is known as a constitutional remedy. Right to constitutional remedies. This allows citizens to move the court if they believe that any of their fundamental rights have been violated by the state or any other individual anywhere. That is known as the right to constitutional remedies. Okay, so these are the 6 fundamental rights. There's a one right was the right to property. Right to property was withdrawn because if government wants to start a widen a road, a person is having his property. He is not ready to give the land. Nothing can be done because it's fundamental right. He will go to Supreme Court and Supreme Court will say it's fundamental right. Let him have. Many cases have happened earlier. Then government has taken on the right to property. Right to property is not a fundamental right now. At that time, government was giving compensation money, but still some persons will be not ready to give. Now that is removed from the fundamental right. It's there as a legal right. We can get your compensation for the land, but you cannot say I will not. If it was a fundamental right, each individual would have the right to say I will not give my land. What will you do? Constitution tells he has what is right to his property. So if you go in, somebody is forcing you, if you go to court, court also cannot do anything because as per the Constitution you have what you are demanding your right. Court has the responsibility to provide you a right. That is why right to property is removed from the fundamental rights. Okay, thank you very much.